What's going on, SprinkleBit? I wanted to take a look at the Micron technology chart here. I don't know if you guys saw it in the feed today, but I did open up a position in Micron, and it's a little bit of an extraordinary entry for me personally, since we're so extended here. And when I'm talking about extension or being extended, I'm basically talking about how we have 4 up days in a row here, and the probability of entering a winner after already being up for 4 days is usually relatively low. Most of the time we want to enter on a pullback, seeing that we have like 3 or 4 days to the downside, and then we can add for lower prices or a potential reversal. However, I did add on here today based on an upgrade that Micron received from Goldman Sachs this morning. Upgrades can kind of be nice catalysts to create some momentum to the upside. So if we take a little longer look at the chart here, you can say that if we go back to May of 2018, Micron was all the way up at $63 and change. But then we were stuck in this downtrend here pretty much till the December lows. And as you guys can see here, every time we were coming up to this descending trend line here, we were just selling off, and we couldn't really break that. And then in 2019, we changed from a downwards trend to a sidewards trend here. And as you can see, we had some decent support right around 32 and change. And then we were trading in a channel between 32 and let's call it 43. And then if you guys can spot this, there's a significant character change going on the chart right here, which was sparked by the earnings. I don't actually remember what the earnings were, but just looking at the chart, it strikes me that they were positive, right? So we were stuck in this channel here between, oops, zoomed in a little bit, between 32 and 42, like I said. And what happened here was the results were good. We gapped up, and then we had a continuation of that uptrend ever since. And if we zoom in here, you can see that we're pretty much riding that 8-day moving average right here. Like we extend a little bit away from it, get a little bit of ahead of ourselves per se, and then we pull back to the 8-day, and then we go again. We pull back to the 8-day, and then we go again. The ideal spot to add here for Micron, what I was actually looking at, I was hoping for us to kind of pull back to 43, 44-ish, and then add again, because we've now broken this 44 line. And if you remember from our earlier lessons in technical analysis, when a resistance level breaks, it actually becomes support. And we can see that right here. We actually did sell off for these 2 days, and then we bounced again right here. So actually missed that entry, and I was a little bit mad, but then we got the upgrade this morning, and I just added on that upgrade. And what's nice with upgrades, it works kind of the same way as earnings, that when you get a little bit of gap up right here, you can actually use this as your line in the sand. So if you want to be long, you can use the bottom of this candle here to be long against, and you can just stop yourself out below that, depending on how tight of a stop you want to have. And for me personally, like we already got earnings out of the way, so we can technically ride this like all the way into the next earnings. Seeing where we are on the chart too, I think this level should hold. Like we should stay over 43 here if this is the new trend. And then we should be able to move ourselves up to 49, 49.50, probably stall out here a little bit. And if we break the 49 level, I would expect us to slowly and surely start moving towards 53. If we break 53, then we can move ourselves to 57. And then in the kind of like a best case scenario, we can make ourselves all the way back up to 63, 64-ish. So this is why I entered Micron today. My stop is at 44, so I'm giving it a little bit of a leash right here. They can definitely chop around and try to stop you out here. So I want to try to stay in. So as long as we stay over 44 bucks, I'm going to try to ride this into, first target would be 50, but then I want a little bit higher. So I'll probably start scaling out right around 55 bucks. So if Micron is a stock that you're interested in, that's my read on it. Feel free to shoot me any questions that you might have in the comment field or in the chat messages. And until next time, see you on SprinkleBit.